Welcome back, Mr. AMG.
Going from A to B without driving a car is so boring. I mean, just look at me. I own no cars right now and I'm portaling everywhere and I absolutely hate it. Now, you've probably seen my garage update video where I've basically let go of every single car. I own nothing right now, genuinely, from the GT Black all the way to the perfect GT3 Touring. If you want to know why, check that video out. And while that's all quite sad, there's a positive part of the garage reset, and it's a huge positive, and that is finding and buying new cars and creating a new stable. And the first one of those, the king, the top one, is sitting right here, the one I'm collecting today. Now that stable is purely AMG to begin with, okay? I've already teased to you in that garage update the daily car, which is the E53. That's undergoing a transformation right now, so you'll see that next. But today's car is the king. It is the top spot of the stable. It is the exciting supercar. Let's go take a look at it. And this is the king of the stable, my new AMG GT V8. And it's not just any AMG GT. This is an all new model. It's the GT55. And this one is special because it's the first one, literally the first in the world, to go through their Manufaktur paint to sample program. It's a boutique ordering program. And this car is the first one to have a new and unique paint shade in it. And I can't wait to show you. Now guys, this is my 8th AMG GT and they've all had incredible specs, but I think this one might be the best. And that's saying something considering how amazing they all were. For example, my first ever one that we lovingly called the AMG Hammer. Magno Silver, tan interior, absolutely gorgeous. Had an edition 1 shortly after that, and then came the Beast of the Green Hell in launch spec, Magno Green Hell with the black and yellow interior, absolutely stunning. Then the Edition 50s, both in coupe and roadster, which were gorgeous in their own right. Then we led on then to the GTR Pro in solar beam yellow, such a heritage AMG color that I later had on my C Black series, and we saw that at factory. And then of course the Batmobile spec GT Black series. Just made my knees weak every time I looked at it. But this car, it is different. It is gorgeous and it's like no other AMG that I have ever ordered, and I can't wait to show you. All right guys, let's do this. I first saw this car covered up when I filmed a teaser for you guys a month ago, so I've been daydreaming ever since. I haven't seen it in person with this color. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Guys, this is Manufaktur Surf Blue. It's a solid uniform color. It is absolutely gorgeous. This choice was inspired by a lot of great PTS 911s I've seen over the years. I didn't want something typically metallic. I wanted something a bit more classic. And I think this has really nailed it. It looks incredible with the wheels and the interior. Surf Blue, I think, a really apt name. I mean, it looks like a shark already, doesn't it, with the shark nose? But I also think it's quite kind of David Corenswet Superman Blue as well, which is cool because we can call it Big Blue, which is one of the Man of Steel's nicknames. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous color in person. So yeah, that's what it looks like inside. We're going to take it outside and show you what it looks like in the daylight as well, but already looking stunning. Now this Manufaktur paint program, it costs an extra 10K, which is about the norm versus Porsche and the other German manufacturers. And then you get something really special. It didn't delay the order of the car, as we saw with mine. In fact, the car turned up so much quicker. So all of that is a positive, and it's only just started. AMG said to me that this was the first car to roll out with the new colors, and there's a ton of new colors now. So many. I was genuinely really confused which one to go with. Huge shout out to my friends on Instagram who sent me tons of pictures of cars that have now started to roll out of the factory with the newer colors. We've got like Northern Lights Violet that was originally on the A-Class. We've got oranges, we've got greens, we've got Magno Black that's just turned up, the first GT Magno Black I've seen, which actually looks fantastic. I was really confused between things like there's a new classic silver and a beautiful classic red that looks a lot like the AMG Le Mans red off the SLS AMG. There was Magno Silver I was kind of thinking of going back to as well, but so many choices. And it's great to have choice now, because buying something like this, it's such a personal and an emotional thing to do, and you really want to tailor it to your own tastes. Now, I'd ordered this car at the start of the year, and I planned with German press to get into the Bremen factory and do a film like we did with the GTR Pro, which was now 6 years ago. Can you believe it? But like we did back then, and we showed the whole process, particularly with regard to the manufacture of paints and showing you some of the other painted GTs in different colors. But this car, as you know, arrived 4 months early, snuck past everybody. So sadly, we lost the opportunity to do it on this one. But don't worry, we know that they're making more special GTs, right? As the Track Sport concept has previewed. So I will get to that in the future for you guys as well. So yeah, I was quite torn between manufacturer colors, but now seeing it in person, I think it looks amazing, particularly thanks to the wheels. So guys, the wheels, these are the best ones that you can get on the new AMG GT. They are the forged multi-spokes finished in tech gold, the lightest that you can get, the best looking, but these weren't available until recently. And I worked a lot in the months prior to ordering this car with Mercedes UK and AMG to try and release and get more options for our customers here in the UK, because there's too many constraints. Previously, if you ordered a GT63 without the Ultimate Pack, which is so expensive at 10K, you would be locked to the less exciting wheels, and you wouldn't be able to change your caliper color either. So if yellow or bronze didn't work for your spec, well, tough. Now MB UK and AMG have released every single wheel option, which is great. So you can get these, you can get the black version of these, the gorgeous deep dish multi-spokes as well, which are equally lovely. And they are not tied to any package anymore. Additionally, you also get the option of the black brake calipers, both in the steel brakes like my car or in the carbon ceramics as well. So that much more choice, which is awesome. And honestly, I wouldn't have ordered the car, I'm being open with you, if I wouldn't be able to tailor at least the wheels to my own liking. These are basic things, and really every AMG needs to follow suit, and I hope it will in the UK. And I must say the same is also true of the interior, where thankfully we have a few of the exclusive interiors available in the GT in the UK. This is one of them. It's gorgeous. It is crystal white, exclusive white nappa. Yes, I'm going to have a hell of a time trying to keep that clean, but I'm looking forward to it because it is absolutely gorgeous. Basically the same nappa leather that they used in the SL Pure Speed as an example, and I believe actually in the Maybach SL as well. And indeed all the other Maybachs and the S-classes. It is gorgeous, particularly against the carbon fiber. It just looks absolutely epic. And again, I think that perfectly complements with the blue, and it's a nice change from the recent brown interiors I've had in both of my cars. So that's great. Internationally, Manufaktur program offers even more interior choice with an extended leather package that has a different type of leather steering wheel with color around it as well. Badging on the inside. My friend F1 Mike kindly sent me his car is like this with the red and black interior extended, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So tons of choices. I hope eventually we start getting that type of thing in the UK as well, because again, this is the type of product where you're really yearning for that extra customization. Apart from that, we have the comfort seats in here, which I do like. You can't get the buckets. They are still locked behind the Ultimate package, which is a 10K option, as is the carbon steering wheel. But don't worry, I've got a solution for that. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, those are still locked away in Ultimate package, which would also give you the aerodynamic pack, which includes the large wing on the rear, the extra flicks on the front, as I've shown you in my specking video. Now, of course, I would love for those options to be separate options. If you could get the buckets if you wanted them by themselves, or then get the aerodynamic package. But instead, they feel like they're kind of hidden behind the paywall of the Ultimate pack at 10K, which mainly covers the carbon ceramic brakes. We know those usually cost, 6 to 7K. So yes, we're making baby steps in terms of progress of getting the options you want, but at least we are making some progress. Now, a few other bits on the specification itself. We've got AMG Night Package 1 and 2, I believe. What is that? That's de-chroming a lot of the typically chrome elements For example, if we go to the AMG Panamericana grille here, you'll see that the grille slats themselves are in a darkened chrome, as is in fact the AMG Affalterbach crest. I've never seen that in a darkened chrome on one of my own cars. Obviously on all the press cars we see them. That looks lovely. It's a really nice, almost feels kind of warm and a titanium type look, which is lovely. So that front end then, the mouth looking even more aggressive thanks to the darkened mouth on the inside. Night package continues on the side where you have then that AMG tick, if you like, next to the V8 bi-turbo logo, also in a gloss black, as is the badging on the side in that dark chrome. Your lower sill goes black, your windows stay with the black outline, as do your mirrors on the side. And what is amazing, finally, it sounds like such a silly thing to say, but for Mercedes customers, finally having our door handles match the night package in a dark chrome, such a bless, because normally that would be a bright silver and look completely out of place with the rest of the car. So well done AMG, getting that done. It's quite dark back here, so you won't be able to see the rear as well, but the rear badges also in that dark chrome, as you can see on the AMG badge there, GT55 badge on this side, and indeed the Mercedes star. And of course, then your exhaust tips also finish in that dark chrome. Now, this being a special paint finish meant that, of course, one needs to protect it with PPF. Stop me if you've heard that before. This is something that I've done with all my GTs though, because they take a proper hammering on the front end. And with this, I turned to an old friend who set up his own business, and I've been keen to kind of help push him out there. And that's Lino. He's the guy who actually oversaw the C63 Black Series solar beam press car conversion project that I did and made sure it was done to absolute perfection. I know you guys absolutely loved it. And Lino's now part of Auto Prep Solutions, or APS, based in Ripley, who took the GT in its raw state from factory and carried out a full detail before putting on the gloss PPF so it could be ready for the collection for us today. And I wanted to get this collection live ASAP, so speed was necessary without compromising for that eye for detail. And they've done a beautiful job, as I'm sure you'll agree. So if you want to get a detail done or need PPF, they will take care of RBR viewers. And in turn, you'll also be helping out a friend of mine and someone who supports RBR. So huge thanks to APS and to Lino. Now, before we drive off, I've got some goodies in the boot here. The new GT has a massive boot, as you can see. Even I fit in the back of it, famously in my video. Now, I've got a couple of things in here. The first thing I mentioned to you was fixing the steering wheel issue, and I've got an official carbon fiber spoke here, which we will replace in this car. So we've got the proper, then it'll match the rest of the interior nicely, which is great. It's a shame it wasn't a separate option, but it is what it is. Then we've got my AMG tote bag, which has got all the usual Raz goodies in there. So we've got your suede cleaning brush, which will be used for that later. But some more important stuff that I wanted to show you. This, I think I'm going to use it as the car's keyring, alongside our RBR keyring. And it's the original key that I used on my GT Black Series. Just like a little nice nod to what was one of my favorite cars ever. And I think that would be nice to put on the key. And then another thing are these. These are valve caps with the AMG crest on. I've shown you these guys in the past, those of you who know the channel well. I've put them on my AMG. It's a nice little touch to add to your AMG alloys, just for that extra AMG punch. So we're going to pop them on now as that final little touch. Now guys, though I'm sharing this car collection with you, generally I'm quite a private person. I don't go around talking about my life on YouTube. And equally, when it comes to my own data and my own individual self, I also like to remain private. And our sponsor today is a returning sponsor called Incogni, who helps you stay private, stay stealth, stay invisible on the internet, where there's simply just too much of our personal data out there for people to access and sell. So guys, in the model world, there's hardly an app, a website, or any digital interaction we have where it's not trying to hoard your data, whatever that reason is, whether it's profiling you or trying to tailor things toward you, or actually sell your data on. Our sponsor today is Incogni, and they're a returning sponsor to RBR. And over the last few months, they have helped me erase my data from the internet. And that's something I want to help you guys with as well, because I'm a very private person, particularly when it comes to my data. And as it stands, your data is very likely out there, your personal information, in some countries, your addresses, information about your family, your financial history, a full profile about who you are. And there are data brokers out there who take that information and then sell it on which isn't just wrong, but it can be dangerous for you as well. Luckily, Incogni are here to help. They know where to look for your data and they take the job on for you, sending takedown requests, and they even have a custom removal feature where you can ask them if there's a website that you suspect or somewhere where you find your data, and you can send a custom removal and they will send a request to have that taken down. Particularly, I've seen it being used and I get regular updates every month about my profile and the progress that's being made on it, which is really good to know. So guys, take back control of your privacy. Remember, if they can't find you, then they can't harm you. Use the link incogni.com/remove or use the code remove for a great deal. A huge thanks to Incogni for once again supporting RBR and to you guys for supporting our regular sponsors. Let's get back to the car. So guys, before we head out, it's great to be back in an AMG like this, and the price point helped that element, the GT55 being basically exactly the same as the 63 other than a bit less power, so technically identical, but then it's 143k starting price, which is so much cheaper. And for the past year, MB UK, I think they understand that these modern cars are priced too much. There's probably a lot of pressure from Germany. So they've had consistent discount on the GT all year from what I've seen, of around about 10k, 9 to 10k. So that's what I got on this car, which brings that list price down massively and kind of with inflation brings it back to where the AMG GTS was. So if you were on the fence about the GT itself or an AMG like this is the right car to buy. I've been championing it for a while and I'll do a whole video on that very soon when we do the first drive. But this is across the board with other AMGs as well. The other thing that helped me afford it was going through MB Finance, which is their own in-house finance things, because they can subsidize the APRs, etc. So it was like 6.9%, 6.9, which obviously made the monthlies that much cheaper than your outside finance people who are like 8, 9, 10% on a car like this, which just wouldn't have been great. So actually buying direct with MB UK has been pretty fantastic. But I'm super pleased with it. I think it looks absolutely epic. What a car to sit as the gemstone at the top of my Garage Reset new collection. Now I want you to hear the V8 as we roll out, and we'll have a quick look at the car outside as well. See what I mean? Like I said, at home, this just hits different. Wow, it's like seeing the car again for the first time. It's in a more natural environment. That's when you can really appreciate what the spec truly looks like. Yeah, the surf blue just hits so different at home. I think I'm going to have to start calling this color super blue because, God, it's just absolutely gorgeous and really, really brings out the curves of the GT, which is nice because it's a color that has a lot of contrast in it, so a lot of light tones and a lot of dark tones despite being flat. And a car like the GT that is very muscular but doesn't have a lot of lines, so it relies on light play for you to see that muscularity, and this color really, really complements it well, this particular Manufaktur one. Then the tech gold wheels. I think I haven't seen a spec where they look better. Absolutely gorgeous. It's funny because they change depending on the light, so in this kind of overcast condition, a bit darker, a bit more matte, kind of like the 911 wheels, but then as soon as the sun hits them, thanks to the type of paint, they begin to shine and sparkle, and then they remind me of the previous M2 CS's very champagne gold wheels with a lot of brightness in them. So it's lovely because both the exterior paint and the wheel paint shade will change depending on the light, so really, really nice. Another thing I retrieved alongside the plate that was used on the GT Black Series was this cover that I got from AMG Box. I think you can still get it in their store over there, but it's a lovely metal plate holder actually that says that, and I thought it'd be nice to link the two cars together, just a little touch. And now out here in the open you can see the exterior, the wheels, and you can see the interior a lot better now as well. And this is an interior that I have fawned over for many years. I've always wanted a pure white Mercedes AMG interior. The first time we saw it together was on that fully spec'd Magno blue car at the press launch, and I did a separate spec video on the GT, and even then I was like drooling all over it, you guys might remember. So when it came to choosing my own interior, I had to go for this one. The exclusive diamond stitching is absolutely worth it. If you're on the fence about it and you're not sure, you need to get it. It's so much nicer, even in the comfort seats. Comfort seats are lovely. And the nice thing is they've trimmed the rear just as nice. And I know it's been a few years since this car has launched, but I still can't get used to seeing a rear bench in an AMG GT. It just boggles my mind. And this is a hugely exciting thing for me, that particular element. And then when we step back and we behold the entire spec together, I mean, it's so nice. I almost don't miss my GT3 Touring. Almost, which is high praise for this, because it's pretty much impossible not to miss that car. So no, I don't see this car as a replacement to the GT3 Touring. I mean, nothing can really replace that car. That is a different beast, and this is a different beast as well. And that's a car I see myself returning to sometime in the future. Rather, this car I see as my culmination of my journey with the AMG GT family. And that's been a journey that I've been pretty much going on solo in isolation. But this car isn't like that. With that rear bench, it's going to bring in that unknown dimension, like I had in the GT3 Touring, of adding the rear bench, of being able to experience a car like this, that looks like this, that performs like the old GT, but with people who I love. And I can't wait to have my kids in it. I can't wait to take the family out in it. I had a small example of that today when you guys didn't see this earlier, but I had my son and my two nephews with me at the collection, and that would not have been possible in the previous car. So there's a whole element of living with this that I've yet to experience, that I'm really excited about, that I can't wait to then relay to you guys on the channel, of course. And you know, one other thing dawned on me today, actually, and that is that I haven't bought a new AMG in 3 years. It's been actually that long. And that's not because I haven't been buying cars. I've bought quite a lot of cars. More because AMG have not been selling the right ones, and they haven't been selling them at the right price. And that's something I really want to talk to you in depth about in my next video, which is also a collection of another AMG. Yes, this is basically a two-part collection. Straight away tomorrow we'll be going to collect my E53. That is a car that will act as our family daily, and its transformation was just completed at Topaz, and as I said, that's the next video. And in that video I'm going to be very candid with you about where I think things went horribly wrong for AMG, not just on the cars they were selling, but on the pricing element, and then what's changed to now bring me back into the fold 3 years later, and maybe bring some of you as well. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this collection video of the GT55, and as I promised you, before you go, being me, I can't let you go without a bit of exhaust noise and this lovely V8.